Hey, welcome to ThermoFit's top 5 Thermomix tips. I'm going to show you how to use your spatula. I know not a lot of people out there love their Thermomix spatula, but it's been designed that way for a reason, and I'll show you just how you can get everything out of the bowl. While doing that, tip number 2 is going to be how to get the contents from the bowl into a jar without making a huge mess. So let's give it a shot. First, you want to scrape down the sides all the way to the bottom. So by the way, I've just finished making a healthy chocolate avocado mousse. And then stick the spatula with the angle going up the bowl, place it on the bottom and do a big turn. See how much we could get the ingredients to come down there? So let's start to put it into the jar. It's nice and thick, look at that. This is really good to do with stock. When you make a batch of vegetable stock, it's great to do it like that. So we've got the lid facing up, so if we do make a mess, that's gonna catch it. We already would have made a nice mess there if that lid wasn't like that. I wish someone showed me this a long time. It was a long time before I realized this excellent little tip. That's how to get it in the jar, no mess on the bench. Nice little dessert in the fridge. That's tip number 1 and 2. My next tip is how to get lemon juice in your Thermomix without using something else that you're gonna have to wash up later, and without getting all of these little seeds inside the Thermomix with your food. So what we wanna do is cut the lemon in half, like you see, and then we hold it on top of the lid with the measuring cup on. Very important that the measuring cup is in position, but we don't want the juice to go inside the measuring cup. We're aiming for around the edge of the bowl, the mixing bowl lid. So we give it a little squeeze and we use our spatula to come in and turn, and what we see is that all of those seeds are getting stuck on the top of the lid, yet all of that beautiful lemon juice is going into the mixing bowl and added to your food. So if you do come up with a recipe that is adding lemon juice to the bowl, skip past that step if you're using the chip and do it right at the end. So you can put the lid on and you don't need to take the lid back off again, and we'll keep those seeds on the top of the lid there. Alright, so my next tip for you is about using your Thermomix scales like regular kitchen scales. So we can do this by even removing the whole mixing bowl and placing your container or your cup or your jar onto anywhere like that that's stable, and then you put the scales on manually. So that's gonna come up all of zeros there, and then I'm good to go ahead and pour what I need to inside. You can also do that by putting something on top of the lid. So we just put the object on top and then tear the scales so that you can start adding in and get the correct weight. All right, the last but not least tip is the self-cleaning. Who uses the self-cleaning? Sometimes I forget, and it's such an amazing thing to do. Now I have the leftovers of the healthy chocolate mousse here, and although I really want to put some cashew milk in it and blend it up and drink it, I want to also show you that self-cleaning function. So I've got a nice dirty bowl for you. We're just going to add 500 grams of water. So in your bowl, you'll see a little dot. That level is 500. We're just going to fill it up just to cover the top of the blade. Put just a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid, lid and measuring cup on, and we just turn it up to speed 5. Get that water moving around, chuck it on reverse after a couple of seconds, turn the water ray the other around. Right, let's check out that. So we just pour that out and we have our bowl. You know, it's not perfectly clean, but that makes my job of cleaning up so much easier. And that is my top 5 ThermoFit tips for Thermomix. Hope you enjoyed.